Then on the bottom of the deck, we have Ace of Pentacles. It is reversed. Now, in the upright, the Ace of Pentacles can be about health, wealth, financial success, the beginnings of a new financial enterprise, like a business, being an entrepreneur, setting forth something new. In the reverse, this could be that it's not happening, that there's a delay in that, or that whatever business venture that you were trying to do was not taking off the ground, either at all or as quickly as you wanted it to. We will need to see what the additional cards are having to say in order to get a sense of that. But yeah, let's take a look at those others and see if we can kind of relate those back to the Ace of Pentacles. This card here represents the Emperor. And this idea of, well, the Emperor he's kind of all four signs in one. Like, this possibly could represent in Aries for you. Definitely he's got the Mars energy going on. But he is the ideal husband, father, person with the kingdom, with the empire for that matter. But he's kind of the king of all the suits combined, in a sense. Like, he's passionate and can manifest. He can do the detail work that the earth signs can do. He's intuitive, kind of goes with his gut, like a water sign, like a cups person would, the king of cups. And he's also the person who is logical, quick-witted. He owns his own business. He's an entrepreneur. He's got it going on. Married, family, that sort of person. Doesn't have to be a male, but it can be. Could be somebody just simply with a masculine or masculine type energy. But this person here is really successful at making things happen. You'll notice that he's wearing a suit of armor, and that's readiness to go into battle, because he knows that it's one thing to pray for peace. It's another thing. Sometimes you have to set your limits and boundaries, and you do have to be willing to back up those boundaries with action. That's not to say that he's a violent person, but it does mean that he knows sometimes you have to be willing to defend what you believe in. Now, this card here is the Karma card. So there's a sense of putting forward either good or bad karma and hoping to reap the benefit of that. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way, though. And when I'm thinking about this Ace of Pentacles, if the Emperor's thinking, I want to create a new business venture, this Ace of Pentacles doesn't necessarily mean that any failure to launch a new business venture or project, it's not necessarily because he's done something wrong and is being punished in a karmic way. It could simply be that it's not in his best interest, or that it's not, the divine timing isn't even right of whatever this event. For this, we see the Death card, but in the reverse. Could be that if that venture's not getting off the ground, maybe there's a stubbornness in letting it go. Maybe you don't want to give up on the hope or the idea that whatever your idea will be, well, that whatever your project is will manifest, right? Be very careful, because when we don't let go of things when they're overripe, they're not healthy for us. And then we find ourselves stuck with things that are no longer beneficial, that could possibly even be toxic to us in some kind of a way. Sometimes death is just part of the journey. And when we recognize that something is not working out, we just have to let it go and move on. Now, in your day-to-day, again, we see a pentacle in reverse. The Page of Pentacles is holding up this big coin. Pentacles are the most stable energy in the deck. I could make an argument, though, for the Emperor, the Empress. But this is the Earth suit. And so, of course, it's very grounded, very stable. The Page is about a communication of something to do with health or money. But in the reverse like that, it could be, again, tied to this. Maybe there's some ill health that's going on with you or someone around you. Or it could be that whatever this job offer or business proposition was that you were hoping to get to, not happening. or it's delayed in happening. Let me put it that way, right? Woo, excuse me. With the star card, there's a sense of wishing on a star. There's a sense of hoping and following divine guidance and being guided in all that you do. The star can represent an Aquarius. I hope it's obvious to you why. But it doesn't have to be. It could simply be, following your star, learning how to follow your essence into something that is really beautiful, something that you can manifest, right? Something that you can manifest. And there's some kind of delay here we see, but in this, it's like you're still hoping, that something will come in. Now, this is about waiting for something that's coming. This is, it's a harvest card, right? Having the faith, even though it seems like there's something going on here, there's a belief and a hope and a faith. You're waiting for these things here to ripen on the vine. We have here the Temperance card in the reverse. Temperance can be Sagittarius, doesn't have to be, right? Temperance is about peaceful waiting. This is a person who's grounded, but she's also in touch with her emotions. This indicates some kind of impatience, right? Possibly about this energy here. Impatience may be making this a lot more uncomfortable than it need to be. This waiting for whatever this material thing that you want. Because if we really look at this, with the Seven of Pentacles, what's this guy doing here but leaning on his hoe and waiting? That's really all you can do. Like in this, he's planted the seeds, he's done all the prep work, he's tilled the soil, he's planted the plant, nutrients, watered the soil, all the rest of it. But there's just so much we have to do to be able to wait here. How impatient we are in waiting. That's up to us. It's up to us. That's a hard lesson to learn too, because sometimes we want it now. Well, we may not be able to manifest that right now. There's a process to everything. We can't hurry that up. This Ace of Wands, in the upright, this is about passion converted into action, right? Having an idea that you feel passionate about, and turning it into action. This can be sexual passion. This can be trying to manifest a business or some kind of I don't know, it could be your Etsy site or whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? Now, in the reverse, this can indicate a delay or that you're struggling to get it off the ground. And do I have to even say it? It ties back with this. There's a delay or a difficulty in getting this project off the ground. Doesn't mean it won't happen, because you do have this. This harvest looks like something's going to go on, unless there's a killing frost or an external force that happens to that, which we don't really know. In fact, I can't really get a sense of that from this reading, whether or not that's the case. This Queen of Swords here, air sign, Gemini, such as yourself, or Libra, Aquarius person. She's kind of guarded, she's got the come here, stay kind of thing going on, like her sword's raised. And her hand is open, but it's like, yeah, come here, but not too close, right? She's an intellectual, very smart, wise, cunning individual. She knows when to cut something out and when to move on with it. So this could be part of it. You're waiting for this to come in, but if it doesn't, you may be willing to just walk away from that. If your project doesn't come to be, you may be able to accept that. If this Queen of Swords is you. If not, could be somebody near you or in your environment, a fellow air sign, somebody like that. But part of knowing when to let go of something and when to hold on and hope for that. There's that kind of sense in there. And this Um, let me pull a clarifying card here. I kind of want more information, honestly, about the Queen of Swords. Please help us with some additional information about the Queen of Swords. Whoa, leapt out. Okay. So, it came up in the upside down position. This is a guarded person, but this has to do with becoming less guarded in a situation. Maybe opening up. Maybe opening up to somebody, being more connected with, I guess, being okay. Like with other people's imperfections or failings. Being okay with that. If somebody has a low opinion of me, it's not about me. It's really about them, right? Because even when somebody doesn't like me, it tells me about who they are. They have their filter of experience and so on that they're looking through. And it may not have anything to do with me. You could remind them of somebody who hurt them in some kind of way. But this queen here, when you bring the two together, this is about, she's learning how to be more open and less guarded in situations in her life, taking chances, right? She's following this star here and allowing it to guide her and to be okay with whatever the outcome of that is. Whatever bears fruit for her or doesn't bear fruit, she's going to be okay with that. This is part of this karmic lesson of the Temperance card here. There's a sense of wanting to be okay with life on life's terms and being able to relax into that and not overly stress that. The right step for you is the next step. There's no other step out there that's in the right order that's going to work out for you, except for that. So it's, something really to bear in mind there. You can only do the next step. Now, I am shuffling a card for you. It is from the Sacred Traveler deck. I do want to show you the box because it's really pretty. And my friend just got back from Arizona on vacation and bought this deck for me while there. And how cool is that? Unbeknownst to my friend, this was on my Amazon wish list. But beautiful cards, and I really, really like working with it. Just in the few readings that I've done, it seems to go hand in glove here with the Witch's Tarot deck, which is awesome as far as Oracle support cards. So let's see if maybe Spirit can help us, please, with some guidance, help, wisdom, next steps, best options for Gemini. Okay, rejuvenating rain. Clear the past, heal the present. Physical and emotional healing is occurring. There's a cleansing and clearing of old emotional wounds, and even a release of past life limitations is happening. All is forgiven. Absolve yourself. Forgive others their transgressions against you. It's time to let it all go. The Sacred Traveler wants you to know, in order for new growth to occur, the old must be cleared away. This card indicates a time of clearing out what doesn't serve and support you. It can also indicate clutter clearing. If you don't love it or use it, most likely it's clutter. Physical clutter can be indicative of emotional clutter. It's time to release it and allow the cleansing metaphoric energy of the rain to purify and cleanse you in the deepest way. This is also a great time to go on a cleansing fast to clear out your body, while old emotions and challenges are clearing out your energy field. Use water for cleansing your energy field. Stand in a cold shower. Swim in the sea. Run in the rain. Just to add a little onto that, I was also advised by a spiritual healer, a light worker, to use sea salt. To use sea salt in cleansing my aura, especially from residue from other individuals, their energy that might kind of pick up on us as we're doing our work throughout the day. So that might be another option. But that's really so beautiful. And